My name's Brett. Welcome to Suburban Garage.
Hello, welcome to episode 8 of the Suburban Garage.
Welcome back to another episode of Suburban Garage. We're almost done. We've only got about one episode left, I reckon. We'll have it on the road on the next episode and we'll get some on-road shots. It should come up pretty good. We've had a busy couple of weeks. I've been delayed trying to chase up a battery box because I couldn't find it. I had to get onto the Systema website and try and find a place to get it from. We used to get them from the supermarkets and things, but I just haven't been able to find them. But I found some from Spotlight. So this is what they look like when we get them. This is a microwave rice steamer, which I make a battery box out of because all in all I build a shelf in there and reinforce it, and all it does is hide it really. It doesn't hold any weight, and it's got the excellent clips on it, so it's not just going to come apart. But this, for the rice, we don't need that, we just want this. So that's what it looks like when we get it. But after I prime it and paint it, they come up like this. Now I've primed it and painted the inside of it and lined it all up. I didn't drill the holes are done with an old soldering iron that I have. It's easier to melt the holes rather than drill them, because when you drill them through this thin plastic you will crack it, you will ruin it. So just a soldering iron does the job. And I've made a backing piece and polished it up on our fancy polishing machine that I've got here now. So that'll just sit on the back of it. And then we've got our little shelf which the battery sits on, which will go in there, so that'll be sandwiched when it's bolted. So really the plastic cover is just a facade. It just hides the wiring and makes it look decent. So we'll go ahead and get that organised in a minute and get that all suited up and fitted. But we've done a bit of painting this week, so we've sorted out the rear guard and I've bolted the rear guard on. We'll get a look at that in a sec. It's come up really nice. So I'm hoping you'll be really happy with it because I'm stoked with it. It looks awesome. And the tank also, we've got the tank sorted out and we've got all that painted as well. So they're sort of the finishing items that at least we can run the motorcycle, heat it up. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at this rear guard because I'm really happy. I'm really excited for you to have a look at it. So there's our rear guard, all bolted on. I've just got to solder the wiring up and get that connected, but she's pretty much ready to go. You've got to get a joining link for the chain. I'll get that tomorrow, but we're looking good. We're looking real good. This guard looks really good. The way I bolted it and bracketed it on, it's looking good. It's looking good for a nice finish. So we've got our fuel tank all nicely painted. That's all ready to go on. We'll get that on this episode and sort out some of this carbon fibre wrap that I've got, and we'll put some knee protection on there and things like that. But all in all, it's come up pretty well. I'm pretty happy with this tank. It's going to look really good. Okay, we've got everything pretty sweet. Look at it. It's pretty good. We've got our tank on. We've got some juice in it. We've got the seat on. We've got nylock nuts on the bottom with flat washers and spring washers too, because effectively now the seat holds the tank on as well. So we've got it looking pretty sweet. Now guard looks awesome. We haven't done the battery box yet, but we've hooked the battery up just so we could run the bike, make sure that it wasn't going to leak any oil, and made sure that it sounds well and we haven't interrupted anything. So we're pretty happy with it. It's come up really well. Looks pretty sweet, sounds pretty sweet, it's going to go pretty sweet. It's got new tyres on it, it looks really good. I'm really happy with it. We'll go ahead now and finish the battery box and get that taken care of, because there's only a couple of little things left to do. I've got to fit the horn, we've got to customise the front guard yet and get a bit of carbon fibre and make this look not so plain, sweeten it up a little bit more. It looks sweet now, but we're going to make it even better. It's been a great project. It's come up really well. We haven't spent a lot of money on it. We've done a lot of custom ideas with our tractor seat and our rear guard and our brackets that we got for free. So honestly, you couldn't ask for more than that. And this show is just to prove that you can actually do this in a suburban garage without any heavy equipment. So I hope you've enjoyed yourself along the way. We've still got one episode to go. And I hope you picked up a few tricks, because I'd really like to see people do these projects and send me some of your stuff. We've got a Facebook page, we've got an Instagram page, so we're set up that way. So I'm really excited to see other people's ideas. Okay, we've done our battery box, we've done everything. We're just about finished. We haven't got too much left. As I said before, we've got the front guard to go, but I've got the tank on, we've got the seat on. We've connected everything up, and we've done our battery box, which you're going to love, because I really like it. As I said before, the battery's not actually sitting on the base of the box. It's really only a facade to just cover it up, really, because it's got its own little shelf and some rubber grommets where the cables go in. But we've got some of our stickers turned up this week, so we'll have those on the fuel tanks of the bikes and other places to get a bit of a promotion sort of going, get us noticed a bit more, which will be good, because I like making bikes and I like making the series, so hopefully we can keep going. We'll have a look at this battery box in a minute, but I will get to the laser engraver that you saw on the intro of this episode. I'm in love with that machine. That machine is just phenomenal. There's so many uses for that, and I think the next bike that we build on the next series, I think we might have Suburban Garage on the lever, lasered into the levers and the fork legs and the rear suspension, and maybe a couple other little things, so that's to make it a bit more one-off and a bit of a brand. So before I get to the battery box, we've got a bit of a viewing. We'll spend 5 minutes and just have a look at this workshop, and this is my dad's workshop, and we'll have a look what can be made there, because between my dad's a brilliant engineer and my two brothers are phenomenal engineers as well, so between me and my dad and my brothers in this workshop, there would not be anything that couldn't be made. Anything's possible in this workshop. Some of the machines are just amazing. So we'll go and have a look at that for a minute, and then we'll come back and look at this battery box. Enjoy. Okay, so I'm at my dad's workshop today, here at High Impulse Equipment. There's nothing that can't be made here. My brother is the manager here, he's a brilliant engineer. We often get asked why we don't use this workshop facilities for our bikes, but we're Suburban Garage, so we like to keep things simple so all the guys and girls out there can work in their own garages at their own will, and use light machinery. But we've got more than we need here. Let's just have a look around. We've got milling machines, we've got CNC lathes, we've got a kiln for heat treatment, we've got sandblasting cabinets, we've got computerised cutting equipment, we've got everything here. Let's just have a look around at what Dad's got and John's got at the workshop. We've got monstrous CNC machines here. There's nothing that can't be made, honestly. These guys are so creative. They can make small CNC machines that Dad uses, and John's will make by John and Mark. Quite a few CNC milling machines. We've got pipe betters, we've got everything we need here. This is a giant machine. This is a giant CNC lathe here. Once again, thanks for So there's our ride. It's pretty much complete. There's our snazzy battery box hidden down there, which looks the part. It's not the microwave steam box that we once saw, but that's got the battery in it on that little shelf, and I've just got some sticky foam around the battery to wedge it in place with the lid, but it's not going to fall out, it's not going to go anywhere, and it looks really, really good. And they're the tank stickers that I was telling you about just a second ago. So that's what we'll see on all the motorcycles now, which looks pretty good, but we're all good to go here. Okay, what we'll do now that we've got everything else under control, I've got this carbon fibre car wrap. It looks pretty sweet. It's the same as the stuff that's on the prototype bike, which looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up some paper templates for this part around here, and also a wider strip down the middle here that'll branch out, that'll look pretty sweet. So I'm just going to make some, I'm going to have to put sticky tape 2 bits of paper together of course, but I'm going to make a template that'll cover that to make that look pretty sweet. So I'll get onto that right now, and let's get this cracking. Okay, what I do for these, because I just made these templates up, it fits really well, and because the tank's the same on both sides, we just flip it around for the other side, so you only have to make one template. But the way I make those are really easy. Just grab yourself some paper and just scribble on here. Just scribble so you've got a build up of lead there. And you rub your finger on it. So you've got all lead on your finger. And when you put that on there, just to get the edges right, just rub your finger along there and the edge just shows up. And you can see the edge starting to form there, so it makes it pretty easy to make your own templates, because I always make them, they always fit a bit better and they cost a lot less, and you get what you want, because chasing these up's not the easiest thing. But you can see there, I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but we've got our edge there just by rubbing your finger on the lead pencil and rubbing it along that edge, and that's how I make the templates. It makes it a lot easier, and you get it right the first time. So I made that template for the top of the fuel tank as well. So, you know, we make templates and that's what we do. And it works. It's a proven way of doing it. So it saves a lot of time and looks really good. Okay, we've got our carbon fibre knee protection on, and I've also made one for the fuel tank too that comes all the way down to the seat. Same as on this side, I've made one for this side as well and put that on. They look pretty trick, it looks really good actually, I'm really happy with it. And I've also done the fork legs, the front of the fork legs, and just below the triple clamps there, and I've also done the speedo housing as well, just wrap that in some carbon fibre wrapping. Anyone that's used it before knows that it's certainly not the easiest stuff to use. All that stuff around the speedo housing there is all freehand, so that took a lot of mucking around. And I use the old trusty hairdryer as well, just to soften it up, and adds more to the adhesion of it, so it sticks a lot better. But that's how it's come up. It's come up really well. The one on the tank, in the middle of the tank there, looks pretty good. The prototype bike didn't have that. That'll just about wrap this episode up. This episode's been a really big episode to do the battery box and all the fiddly little stuff that we've got going on there, and to make the templates and cut all that out, do all the carbon fibre around the speedo and everything, and get the seat on and get the bike running again. So it's really ready for the road. We could probably take it out. Well, it's not registered at the moment, but we could take it out now if we were registered. So I have got the mirrors. The mirrors turned up the other day. They're pretty nice too. They're the same as the ones on the prototype bike. So we'll wrap this episode up, and we've got one more episode to go. We'll get that out on the road, and we'll get some road shots and things like that. But this is pretty much the finished bike. It looks way different to what it was in the first episode. It's really come along. I'm really happy with this bike. Everything's just worked. We've had no major problems and things. It was just an episode, a series just to prove that you can build these bikes in a normal suburban garage. I mean, we could have used my dad's workshop with all the engineering equipment and everything that he's got there, and I mean, we could pretty much build anything you like there with all the engineering skills that all the boys have got. So thanks very much for watching the 8th episode of Suburban Garage. One more to go and we'll be finished. It's been great. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you on the 9th episode.
Hello, welcome to. What is that about? Hello, welcome to episode 8 of Suburban Garage. Hello, welcome to Suburban Garage. Hello, welcome to episode 8 of Suburban.
Put it down.